right, and our top story, sources close to the SABC in Lesotho say Prime Minister Mothejoa Metsing may have skipped the country. Tensions have been building in Lesotho since the recent arrest of the former Minister of Defense, Tseliso Mokhosi, over the killing of a policeman in 2016. His body was found earlier this month. The former minister has since been released. On the line now, we have our SABC correspondent in Lesotho, Rapeleng. Rapeleng, good morning to you. Is there any substance to the reports that the Prime Minister has skipped the country?
It is true. The former Prime Minister, well, it has been confirmed by his close allies, one, Lesotho Palazzi, who used to be his personal assistant, that Mothejoa Metsing feared for his life. The rumors have been spreading and the story going about that he has fled fearing for his life.
All right, let's just go back a little on the issue of the former Minister of Defense and Safety in Lesotho, Tseliso Mokhosi, who was apparently called to the police station, but only handed himself, or rather with his lawyers, on Monday morning. Talk to us about what actually happened. What led to his arrest?
Yes, thank you, Palisa. There is one police constable called Rapeleng who was killed. But Rapeleng went missing after being arrested by his fellow colleagues late last year, in around December. Rapeleng was later found buried in a mass grave after his colleagues were interrogated. This is when, as investigations went on, that Mr. Tseliso Mokhosi, the former Minister of Defense, was also called in. He was interrogated on Monday and slept in police custody for 2 days. Yesterday, he appeared before the magistrate court, and he was actually also charged as a co-accused in a conspiracy to kill Radebe. He will only appear today to apply for bail, and apparently now the further details will only emerge as the case proceeds.
But as far as you have been able to get information, Rapeleng, why wouldn't Ntate Mokhosi be linked to the death of Ntate?
What we're hearing right now is just information closer to the people around and to some of the supporters of the LCD who have been on a campaign, really, that he must be released. It is alleged that his vehicle was used as a mode of transport to dispose of the body of this Rapeleng, who was buried later in a mass grave. So he is linked. His driver was actually earlier arrested. And following his arrest, this is when now information that Mr. Tseliso Mokhosi, but now this is all sub judice, so we can only get bits and pieces from people who are around him. I spoke to Sekata, who is the spokesperson for LCD, and has confirmed some of these theories. But until we hear them actually in court, they remain to be just a theory around it.
For the past few days, Rapeleng, I've been following social media, some of the friends that I have on social media in Lesotho, and it looks like the situation is very tense. It looks like there is sort of instability in Lesotho. Talk to us about the current atmosphere.
Well, I would wonder whether it would really amount to serious instability. I would say, look, it's not normal that a former minister, such a high-ranking official, can be called and actually be detained in custody. But I would say it should just be a normal procedure. I think the court is capable enough to do its work, and I really, yes, there will be tension because it would look like a political situation, since that he's a very high-ranking member of the LCD. But as to tension, I would really think the law needs to take its course, and we understand what's going on there.
And many people are as well saying that we are sort of seeing the play out of what we've seen with the previous administration, where the former Prime Minister, who's the current Prime Minister now, Ntate Thabane, had to flee Lesotho to come find refuge in South Africa. Now that Ntate Metsing has also fled, is it sort of, are we sort of seeing a replay of the events that we had seen before the current administration took over?
I would say there are serious concerns regarding that issue. And I would think these are matters that needs to be addressed and looked over. Remember, there is SADC Oversight Commission that is on the ground, and I think these are symptoms that would need to be arrested. But if it's a normal case of the law taking its course, I know it is unusual for the case of Mr. Tseliso Mokhosi that he's related or somehow related to the police of Mokalakala. But there are symptoms that looks like they need to be paid careful attention into it, such that we understand whether it is just a case of him being connected or there is something beyond that. I would think SADC Oversight Committee should be very wary of the situation such that things don't repeat themselves as before.
All right, just a quick one on this one, Rapeleng, as we close up. Has the Prime Minister released any statement in relation to the current events in Lesotho?
The current cabinet, the entire cabinet, has gone for a retreat since Sunday. The retreat is about a week. So only Minister Zhang released a statement calming the nation down, saying this is just the law taking its course and nobody should panic on anything about. So the Prime Minister is currently locked up in a retreat, a closed retreat, and has not been able to release a statement, but we will watch as events unfold.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. That's our correspondent in Lesotho. This is a developing story. We are still trying to get hold of all the parties involved in this story, and we'll keep you informed with the latest happening in Lesotho.